the thing. This is when people say Falcon Rum's sidestep is really good. I'm sure it is against certain moves. I'm sure he evades some moves that other characters can't because of his weird portion. But it's not a ubiquitous thing. It's inconsistent. You know what I really want for Tekken 8? These are my two biggest wishes for Tekken 8. I want a sidestep system from Virtua Fighter that's like analog. Like if you step a move that is steppable, the game reads it as, you did the right thing here, and you get a whoosh noise. No, it's binary in Virtua Fighter. You either step correctly or you didn't. In Tekken, there's like a huge spectrum of variants. But in Virtua Fighter, it's like 0 or 1. It's binary. You either stepped it correct, you either stepped it or didn't. Or whatever, it's analog, it's just, you know what I mean, right? I want that kind of sidestep system. I want a consistent sidestep. I want, when I step a move in the right direction, I want the game to be like, yeah, nice one, mate. And I also want, this is my big secret wish for Tekken 8, which I don't know why they've never done. Okay, look. Imagine you're a new player to Tekken, yeah? And you go and watch a stream for Tekken. And you see these two characters doing this constantly. Yeah? You think they're having a seizure or something. Like, what is this? This doesn't look cool. Backdash canceling does not look cool. And I think even a small flourish in the animation to make it more dynamic would make this game so much more, yes, bespoke animations for Korean backdash or backdash canceling without slowing it down. Make it look cool. Yeah? Like, you know when Leroy, when he backdashes, he does this thing? Let me put myself in full screen, yeah? No, not Tekken Revolution. I don't want that. Even though we actually got the backwalk animation from Tekken Revolution. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm 34. Wait, am I 34? I'm 33, I'm sorry. I will be 34 this year. There comes a time in your life where you kind of forget about how old you are. Just gotta roll with it. Tekken is an old man's game. Okay, look when he backdashes. Look at his arms. Look at that little animation flourish, yeah? I think Leroy's backdash looks a bit cooler than other characters because of that. This is such an important part of the game. They should focus on making this look cool as hell. They should make movement feel satisfying. They should make it look cool. When characters like backdash, they should do some cool kung fu shit. Yeah? Imagine how much cooler this game would look. And imagine, as a new player, how much more dynamic this game would look. How much less janky it would look. You wouldn't see these two characters having a seizure, flip-flopping all around the place. They're like, what the fuck is it? No. They'd be doing some, like, fluid, dynamic hand shit. Wouldn't you want to see that? Everyone would want to see that. I want to see that. New players would definitely want to see that. It would get more players into Tekken. It would feel great just moving around in Tekken. Don't slow it down. Don't add animations so that the characters now move really sluggishly, but just add a bit of flourish to the movement. Tekken is movement. Yeah, embrace it. Embrace it. I'm just saying, movement is a huge part of Tekken. So put more focus on the animation there. Like, I really love this. It's such a small thing with Leroy, but look at this. Look at this. Look at that. That's that little flourish he does with his hands. Sorry, Mike. But it's so cool. And they could actually improve on this and give something similar to all the characters while they're backdashing. I think what they should actually do in Tekken 8 is they should make a regular backdash better. So you can still play the game without having to Korean backdash. Of course, Korean backdashing still nets you a reward. There's still an incentive to do it. But as a new player, you aren't forced to learn some intricate set of movements just so you can move. Maybe not Soul Calibur style. But I feel that maybe just a better backdash. Like, this is the kind of minor stuff I would like to see in Tekken 8. Really, I want Tekken 8 to focus on movement. I want them to make movement look and feel beautiful. Because that's what Tekken's all about. I also wish sidestepping was a bit more... Look, how many times have you all tried to do a step walk and then jumped by mistake, like an idiot. It's fucking annoying, right? I wish stepping was a bit more intuitive. You can make some tweaks to the system. Yeah, my other big annoyance with Tekken, why have they never changed this, is why are multiple button presses so finicky in this game? Like, have you ever tried to press 1+2, but instead you get 1-2? It's because Tekken doesn't have a very, doesn't have a button buffering system. Like, you never get that in like, every other game has a button buffer. Why? Like, it's such a quality of life thing. Like, why hasn't this been fixed? It's been like this since 1994. Every other 3D fighting game, you press 2 buttons, you get it every time, because there's a bit of leniency there. Like, these are just little things I don't understand why Tekken doesn't address. It's so weird. The other thing is, why does this game still force, like, why does this game still give new characters 10-hit combos? Why? Like, nobody uses them, and they're just there for the sake of being there, I guess, out of tradition now. But they're just, every time a character gets a 10-hit combo, you gotta learn, like, oh, okay, well, this is the low, and I got a low parry. And it's not fun. It's not fun. No, 10-hit, like, they're just annoying. They're just book learning. I'm sure some characters have, yeah, some characters have some utility to their 10-hit combos, but you're just, if you remove the 10-hit combos, you remove so much rote book learning, and you don't affect the higher level, like, meta at all. You just help players get into the meat of Tekken more quickly. It's a big piece of fluff. I'm not asking for this shit. I'm asking for them to remove shit. Yeah, like Law's 10-hit combo has some utility. His down forward 1-2, down forward 1-3-2-2, whatever. New players idolize 10-hit combos and think they're cool and think they're the epitome of skill in Tekken, which is why they need to be removed. They're so misleading. A lot of my mates still think, oh yeah, Tekken, that dialer combo game. It's, you know, it's so misleading. Like, put yourself in the shoes of a new player. You're a new player. You've just played Tekken for the first time. You come to this character select screen. It's more like a character select army at this point. Oh, who do I want to play? Oh, this guy looks like Bruce Lee. Cool. Oh, Negan. I know him from Walking Dead. Okay. Whatever. And then you don't know, like, what move is good. So, inevitably, the first thing you do as a new player is you go into... Okay, command list. Fuck. That's a lot of moves. Which is the best move? Well, I guess it must be this long one. 10-hit combo. Oh, shit. This does so much damage. This must be his best move. I should learn this. Then I'll be really good. He goes, what? At the end. That must be great. 88 damage. That's the other thing with Tekken. Why is the combo counter still so busted? So many moves they say are natural combos when they're blatantly not. What you have to do is go put this on stand, put this on guard all to know if something's actually a natural combo or not. Like, there's little things like this. But it's called 10-hit combo. That suggests that it's a combo. That it combos, but it doesn't. It's not a 10-hit combo. It should actually be called a 10-hit string. It's called a 10-hit combo. How misleading is that? That is so dumb. I'm sorry, this is dumb. This is just dumb. There's no excuse for it. This is some legacy bullshit from 1994. I'm sorry, but like we all love Tekken here, which is why we're here watching this stream, but there's a lot of small things that this game could do. Minor quality of life changes that would make it so much easier to understand and digest and play that wouldn't affect the high level meta at all. In fact, they'd make it even stronger. I know, right? That's what I'm saying, Doc Senpai. Like, everyone, every new player, even Sephi Black was saying this. When he first started playing Tekken, him and his friends thought 10-hit combo was the epitome of skill in Tekken. It's dumb. This is the thing. There's so much archaic stuff in this game. I really think for Tekken 8, like, they shouldn't be afraid to cut some of this stuff out. What is it? I'm sure some people will be like, oh, you cut content out. Tekken 7's better. But those people are those people will say Tekken Tag 2 is better than this because it had more characters. I mean, no, okay, fine. There's always going to be people upset about something. Like Dinosaur was talking about this in one of the podcasts that in Wave Dash 7, I think. But like, why do so many characters have generic down forward 2s? What does this add to lore? Because everyone who has a generic down forward 2, it's one of their best moves because they're great. They're a safe mid launcher. They're quick to recover on whiff. And Lore's one randomly tracks. Paul's one randomly goes under some jabs. And it's also really hard to whiff punish, Paul's one. Paul would be a much more interesting character without down forward 2. Much more interesting. Like, maybe one character should have a generic down forward 2, and then it wouldn't be generic anymore. Maybe just load up Shaheen with all the generic moves and make him, like, generic McGenericson. And then for all the other characters, like Lore, make this a 1-inch punch or something. I don't know, like a 1-inch punch, right? Wouldn't that be cooler? Like, he doesn't need this. This is a good keep out move. As a tracking move, he has this. Just make Shaheen your, you know, the guy who you threw all your generic moves on. He has 1-inch punch, but it's useless. Give him a useful 1-inch punch. I mean, this. What even is this? Like, what is this? Is this supposed to be a 1-inch punch? Is this supposed to be his 1-inch punch? I don't... No, a 1-inch punch I think is like this. Like this. Like, this looks terrible. It looks horrible. And it's useless. Give him a useful 1-inch punch. Like, what's Bruce Lee's most iconic move? It's like this. Bit. Like, when you think Bruce Lee, you think this. Oh, sorry. Hold on, what am I doing? You think this? You think this? You don't think generic right uppercuts. Yeah, like something like Leroy's back 1+2. Lore should have something like that. Like, this should be a bit more useful, I think. Like, make his cool-looking generic moves more useful so people use them. The only person I see using this is Rip. And half the time when he uses this, he dies. And you know the only reason he uses this is to look cool. Give us a reward for using this. Yeah, Rip's lore is fun to watch because he plays him like a nut. And he uses, like, the cool Bruce Lee shit that you're not supposed to use. Like, I swear, like, look. Malgu is arguably, or Double, arguably the best lores in the world, but they play him really dry. Like, they play him like, yeah, Magic Ball, a bit of this, bit of that. I really think Lore lost a lot of his identity in Tekken 7. Yeah? My favorite lore is still Tekken 6 lore, when this jailed, and this was auto parry, when he was a really annoying close-range offensive beast. I don't like defensive with punishy lore. That doesn't feel right for the character for me. I like him to be a beast up close. Tekken 6 lore wasn't broken, he was a bit annoying. I just thought he was more fun. I'm not asking for a reboot with Tekken 8, I'm asking for them to focus on the series' strength. And the series' strength is movement. So, focus on it, embrace it. This is what the game is about. And, because what they do is, generally, a lot of Tekkens, like, especially with Tag 2, they made movement stronger in Tag 2, and then they took it away in Tekken 7, because I'm sure someone in the balancing team thought, okay, what are strong players using to win consistently? Movement. And if we made movement weaker, it evens the playing field, and that's how we can get more players in. I don't like that. Like, embrace the movement, make it look cooler, make it feel better. Don't gate it behind the Korean backdash. Like, make the regular backdash a bit better. Give an incentive to have Korean backdash, don't get me wrong, but even the gap a little between this and this. A new player shouldn't have to learn this. A new player shouldn't have to learn this. It's too much of a wall. But make it better. This game is all about movement. Like, imagine if Lore, when he was backdashing, he kind of flipped his feet around like Bruce Lee would. Imagine how cool that would look. Imagine how dynamic that would look in a match. How hype it would look on stream. Like when you're designing Tekken 8, you're thinking both. You should be thinking of options both to make it more enticing for old hands and new hands, and that's a perfect way to do it. And then tutorial mode, you know, explain to players why movement is so strong in this game. And we talked about this in Devil Jin Essentials, but there is no other game out there where you can block and backdash at the same time. And especially considering how powerful a good whiff punish is in this game, shows you the utility of movement. No. I think Harada has it wrong in this. I have a lot of respect for Harada. I think he's a genius in many ways, but I think on the tutorial level, he's done it wrong. He has it wrong. I think he's dismissed it without having done it properly. He's saying nobody plays tutorials, it's not worth the investment. I say you haven't done it properly yet. And I don't think any developer has done it properly yet. A few have come close. No, I think even French Spread doesn't do it right. For the same reason Virtua Fighter 4 EVA didn't do it right, because that feels like book learning. Look, the first priority of the tutorial is to inform the user or the player. The second priority is to entertain. And you can do both. Like, at the end of a tutorial, you should be feeling, okay, I've learned a lot, but also, wow, this character is so cool, and I want to use it. I mean, that's why in our tutorials, we put so much focus on the aesthetic. We want them to be entertaining as well as informative. MK11's tutorial is okay, but again, I think it's really important to have, like, you know, sell the character. I think tutorials should be centered around a character. That's one of the main reasons people love fighting games, because of the characters, right? Yeah, characters are just functions is the ugliest thing I've ever heard. It's such bullshit. We all got into this because we saw a character that we thought looked hype, and we wanted to play as that character, right? So your tutorial has to sell that character. Sell it to me. Why should I play this character? Your tutorial should be half sales pitch, half teacher. Who said characters are functions? Was that Combo Fiend? I'm sure it was taken out of context as well. It was about Marvel 3, wasn't it? I feel bad for him. Was it not out of context? Yeah, I feel bad for him though. Because he was obviously forced to defend something which he didn't entirely believe in. Man, MBCI, what a debacle. And I also think a great way of selling tutorial is do it through story mode. And through a story mode that isn't complete garbage. Like, I think a tutorial mode should be split into two. You teach the fundamentals through the story mode. I think that's the best way to do it. Like, you have... Like, imagine you have Kazuya and Heihachi, and, like, you have Kid Kazuya. Heihachi's like, show me how you move, son. And then, like, oh, okay, Dad. And then, you know, he shows you, like, well, son, this is how you... This is the importance of movement in... sorry, this is terrible. I'm not a script writer. But you get the idea, right? Fundamentals should be taught through the story mode. And then you have a separate tutorial mode which goes into each character. Like, Law is a pressure-heavy offensive character and also an all-rounder. And this is how he works. And, you know, they give you a few exercises for Law, like his DSS stuff. There's so much that could be done. There's so... Like, teaching fighting game properly is such fertile ground that hasn't been tapped into yet. Yeah, I don't think Heihachi would be that nice to Kazuya, would he now? I don't know. Like, I think for Tekken 8 is inevitably going to be, like, Jin facing down Grandpapa Kazuya in a battle to the death or something like that. I'm pretty sure Tekken 8 is going to pick up story-wise right where Tekken 7 left off, I imagine. But I would also love to see another series reboot in terms of characters. In the same way that Tekken 2 to Tekken 3 did. This is getting dangerously into fan fiction territory. Give me Paul's son or something. Call him River Phoenix. And no, this is terrible. This is terrible. River Phoenix. I also think... Imagine if Joaquin Phoenix was in Tekken 8. I also think they shouldn't feel obliged to have every single character in Tekken 8. I already think the character roster is too big. The idea with Tekken 7 was to skim it down, wasn't it? Like, look, Armor King, I think, is cool as shit. And I don't want him gone, but at the same time, like, you really could just, like, fuse King and Armor King, and yeah. You know? This is too much. This is really too much. The idea with Tekken 7 was to make it a more digestible version of Tekken. I mean, and I'm sure some people would be upset if their favorite's gone, but I really think 30 to 40 is an ideal limit. Fine, have Armor King, throw out King. I don't know, but just one of them. Yeah, actually, I think if they took out a machine... Well, Heihachi's dead, so he can't be a Tekken 8. I actually think they should remove... Despite the fact that I just made a whole video selling this character, I think they should remove Devil Jin. I think they should fuse Jin and Devil Jin. Wouldn't it be cool if you had to pick a moveset in the middle of a match, Jin and Devil Jin? No, not cool. Yeah, like a transform. Like, but they nerf certain moves from each character. Like, I want Jin's Electric Wind Hook Fist to be like it was, weaker. And I want, I want Devil Jin's defensive tools to be weaker, and I want his offensive tools to be weaker. So you have to pick, do I want to play a defensive Jin or an offensive Jin? And you transform in the middle of a round. This is just an idea I had. Like, maybe at the start of a round, you want to play as regular Jin. And then maybe on a knockdown, you can be like, okay, maybe I want to take the life lead. I'll transform into Devil Jin or something like that. Something like that. I just think, you know, be more creative with some of these characters. Tekken 7 is supremely balanced, I think, despite what a lot of people say, but it's also at the cost of homogenization. Too many characters are too similar. Like, and I want Tekken 8 to take some more risks with the character balance. Fuse Jin and Devil Jin. That would be awesome. Give him a transform command. Make his offensive tools weaker. Make his defensive tools weaker. Make his Electric Wind God Fist really easy to whiff punish, for example. And that will give the character something really unique. Try something really daring with all these characters. I just want them to try something more daring with these characters. I want them to try something really different and new with the character design. I don't want it to be like, okay, this character has a collection of mid strings, and yeah, you know, the last hit, counter hits on counter hits. You know, so many characters have tools that overlap. You know, I still get comments on that character overview video that I made. Why is Panda not here? Panda's missing. I still get comments. Leo's not a she. Like, The whole point of Leo is that Leo's gender is up to the player, I think. It's intentionally ambiguous. You know what I think would be really cool for a Tekken 8? Another wild idea. I think get rid of Dragunov, introduce Master Dragunov to be Master Raven's rival. And Master Dragunov is some scary Russian chick. Some terrifying Russian chick. And make her speak Russian. Make her actually speak. Make her cuss you in Russian. Make her Dragunov, but make her even more terrifying. Make her break your fingers or something. Give her a crazy ass scar down her face. Like, make her cool and like sexy and hot and all that kind of stuff that all the other female characters are, but also make her legitimately terrifying. Like, she is not to be trifled with. Like, you look at her and you think she could kill you. All the characters in this game, all the female characters are like very beautiful, but I want one who's unconventionally beautiful. Like, when I did that podcast where we were, Main Man and I were all saying, like, why do all these women characters look like porcelain dolls? It's not to say, like, you know, hot. Most of the male characters are also really, really hot. But there's no female character that goes outside that norm. Whereas you have Gunryu, you have Fakum Ram, you have Bob. Give me a really scary looking, badass Russian general with a big fucking scar down one side of her face, who looks like she's seen battle. Make her beautiful, but in an unconventional way. I just find it a bit depressing that all these women are so conventionally good looking. Give me a female character with some fucked up scars. You know? Like some big ass tattoos or something. Like fucking Rum. Yeah, Master Raven has scars. True. Master Raven is still conventionally beautiful though. Master Raven's really, really hot. I think she's my favorite female character in the game. I think Nina's really cool. I think Nina's one of the coolest characters in the game. I think putting her in a wedding dress is inspired, really. Nina and Master Raven are probably my two favorite female characters in this game. I like Zafina too. I like what they did with Zafina. Yeah, it's definitely Kill Bill inspired. I wish they'd given her a yellow tracksuit. Wouldn't that have been cool? You know what I think they should do with Elisa? I talked about this a bit on a podcast, but I think they should try to play up more on the fact that she turns into a murderous psychopath when she has chainsaws out. So, like, actually just make her change her personality when she gets chainsaws out. I don't think people would like that idea, no, but that's why they should do it. It'll be fun, wouldn't it?